What comes to your mind when you think about Far Cry? Is it climbing radio towers? The guns? The explosions? The throwing of rocks? Perhaps even the mentally unstable antagonists? Well, take all of those things and throw them out the window because none of those apply anymore. Well, except for throwing rocks. That can stay. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Far Cry Primal. This entry into the blockbuster of a franchise was released all the way back in 2016, when I was probably still believing that I had a bright and promising future, yet here I am 5 years later making YouTube videos in my bedroom. All in all, I got this game a year late in 2017, and even though it's not that long ago, I still have a sense of nostalgia for it. And after reading some reviews about it online, and with Far Cry 6 quickly on its way, I decided I wanted to make a video about it. This sense of nostalgia doesn't happen to me often, so I thought that I can take advantage of it and make a shitty YouTube video. This may just be the nostalgia talking here, but I firmly believe that this game needs more attention and recognition. Don't mind the fact that it's one of the highest earning Far Cry games to date, but enough of me shit talking. This is Far Cry Primal 5 years later. Okay, visualize this. All the dinosaurs are dead and evolution has taken place. Early man decides, fuck it, I don't want to be here anymore, and migrate out of Africa. You build a tribe called the Wenja, but unfortunately some cannibals spoiled your plans and split up the tribe. It's your duty to find them as requested to you by your friend who jumped off a cliff and died. You, Takar, venture through the land of Oros and meet this girl in a cave with a necklace made of ears. She's kinda weird, but apparently she's part of your tribe, so that's alright. You meet this shaman guy and he makes you drink some blood, and in the typical Far Cry fashion you go on a drug trip. You bond with this owl. I know this is weird, but I let it slide because now you can summon the owl and tame beasts, and that's pretty cool. The fact that you can not only tame basically any predator in the game, but also pet these animals is amazing. Now that you basically know what's going on, I can continue with what was originally planned. Okay, so I wanted to talk not just about Far Cry Primal, but I think I wanted to talk about Far Cry as a whole and Ubisoft in general. People have been complaining about Far Cry over the years about this thing called the Far Cry formula. Now if you don't know what that is, it's basically what I mentioned in the beginning. Guns, explosions, climbing radio towers, taking outposts, and of course the mentally unstable villains. This has become quite a large factor in all Far Cry games up until Far Cry Primal. Then they changed the formula. If people liked it, I don't know, but I definitely liked it. Ubisoft wanted to bring in something new, and you could see they tried to do that. They created a whole new language just for this game, and it worked brilliantly. But that of course is just my opinion. I cannot make my opinion yours. As much as I would like to do that, I can. It's amazing how Ubisoft can just create this entire world with vast wildlife, different tribes, such a big open world with so much to do. It's actually quite amazing. Not to mention, of course, the multiple animals you can tame, and of course even the more legendary animals you can tame later on in the game. It's stuff like this that makes this game stand out among the rest in this franchise. It was cool to see that Ubisoft finally realized they can't use the same formula for every game. Now all the things I mentioned there of course do play a bigger role. It goes deeper than just not climbing radio towers and having different tribes. If we look at Far Cry 3 and 4, the games before this, they only had one villain. Of course, they had the mentally unstable villain, the twist at the end, you can make a choice, and then of course the multiple army men that you can kill leading up to that. And this is Far Cry 4, then you can just wait at the dinner table and then the game ends. But in Far Cry Primal you can explore, you can find multiple tribes with multiple different leaders of those tribes that you have to hunt down and kill. And of course this does play a big role in making this game what it is. Now I also mentioned that they don't have guns, and replacing the guns for stuff like bows, spears and clubs also does play a massive role. People eventually do get tired of AK-47s every single game. That may seem odd to some people, but it's true. Now I also wanted to talk about nostalgia. Of course I mentioned that in the beginning. I said that I do have a sense of nostalgia when it comes to playing this game. And that is very, very true. I remember waking up on the weekends when I didn't have school and I just couldn't wait to get on my PC and play some Far Cry Primal. This game got me hooked on Far Cry. I of course did play the other games like Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, but this game got me addicted to that so-called Far Cry formula. Now I already spoke about the Far Cry formula, so I feel like I don't have to go into that again. I did however want to talk about all the hate that Ubisoft receives from fat neckbeards on Reddit. I think it's kind of undeserved, especially when they make phenomenal games like this seemingly every year or every 2 years. I don't know if you know it, but game development is pretty hard. I've tried it. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Even for a multi-billion-dollar company, I wouldn't imagine it's that easy. Quite clearly, Ubisoft are just firm believers that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I am very aware that just because I like the game, it's not exempt from criticism, but this is my video, so shut the fuck up. I've also seen people complain about EA on stuff like Reddit, but that's a video for another day, and I'll leave it for another day. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna end my video. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching if you made it this far into the video. I really appreciate that. I know my channel has been growing quite rapidly compared to other days, and I'm very aware of that and I'm very thankful of that. If you want to know how I show my gratitude, you can go and follow my Twitter. I do a lot of channel updates there. By the way, I also made a second channel. I just post like a bunch of random old videos that don't fit on the main channel anymore, and I might be doing some gaming videos and live streams in the future. And while we're on the topic of self-promotion, me and a couple of friends started a podcast. The link will be in the description below. The first episode is coming very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Peace.